Okay, welcome everybody to another class on phrasal verbs with up. So we're going to look at cough up first of all, which I must admit is often used in the imperative. Doesn't have to be. You could say he coughed up in the end. Something like that sounds actually quite natural. But to cough up means to pay reluctantly, unwillingly. It's when you don't want to pay, you cough up. And so you normally say this, maybe somebody owes you some money and they haven't given it to you yet. And you say, come on, cough up, pay up. You could say pay up as well. Come on, cough up, pay up. So exactly the same as pay up, cough up. And I want you to compare it to fork out money on something. Yeah, fork out £10 on something, because this is also pay reluctantly. And even pay out, he had to pay out in the end. It sounds like reluctantly pay, unwillingly pay. So all of these are unwilling payments, okay? And so if you say something like he coughed up in the end, it means he paid me reluctantly in the end. Okay, another good phrasal verb is to weigh something up. Now, I suppose you might just mean, although you'd probably just use weigh, you weigh something, yeah, to find out its weight. But we don't often use this one like that. It's normally used for pros and cons, pluses and minuses, advantages and disadvantages, yeah, benefits and drawbacks. Weigh up the benefits and drawbacks, weigh up the pros and the cons. And it means judge, estimate, assess the pluses and the minuses. Yeah, that's all it means. Very, very natural English. Please use it with those collocations. Remember that these phrasal verbs collocate very strongly with certain nouns, and so to weigh up collocates with weigh up the pros and cons, weigh up the benefits and the drawbacks. Okay, another good phrasal verb is to chase somebody up about something, or to chase something up. And this top one is exactly the same as follow somebody up on something. Now, what do all of these mean? Well, when you chase somebody up about something, it means that that person has promised to do some kind of work for you, some kind of job for you. It's normally used at work, this. They've promised to do something for you, some kind of job, and they haven't got back to you yet. You haven't heard about the result yet. And so you need to chase that person up about that task, that errand. Yeah, so you might need to, I don't know, chase Veronica up about the accounts for the next quarter. It could be anything. You might have to follow that person up on the accounts, yeah, something like that. Follow that person up on the accounts, or follow that person up on the latest project, whatever, the latest task or errand that you need to do. And if you chase something up, yeah, like chase the accounts up, you could just put the something in there between chase up, and then it means, yeah, make sure that that thing that was promised to be done, make sure that it gets done. Yeah, so you might maybe somebody has been making complaints to the company and nobody has replied to those complaints, and so you need to chase those complaints up. You need to reply to those complaints. You need to deal with that task, yeah, get it done, because it's promised, it's expected to be done. Okay, so all of those are useful for when somebody has promised you something and you want it to be, but you haven't heard anything about it yet. You haven't heard anything about the result. Yeah, so you chase that person up about whatever task they needed to do. Now, if you end up in, or wind up in, or land up in, or finish up in a difficult situation, and it must be a difficult situation, and a good word for a difficult, nasty situation is a predicament.